Hello everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. Welcome back, and if you are new, thanks for checking out my channel. Please hit subscribe and stick around. Today I am doing a call for questions and I'm doing a tag for Tag Tuesday. First, a huge, ginormous thank you to everyone who has supported my channel by watching my videos, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for reading with me. I recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and I think that is still kind of sinking in, and I'm so grateful. So to celebrate, I thought that I would do the traditional Q&A. So if you have any questions, if you have anything that you would like to ask me about books or booktube, something about me personally, my dogs, Canadian literature, CanLit, hot chocolate, whatever it is, please put your questions in the comments below and I will be sure to get to them. I also put out a community post last week and I've already received a lot of really great questions. So thank you to everyone who has already sent their questions my way. You can put your questions, like I said, they're there as well. And I will do a Q&A video by the end of the month, by the end of March. So again, thanks to my fellow booktubers, subscribers, and friends who have been part of this booktube adventure. So today, I am also doing a tag, and this is the book prize tag, which was originally created by Jess from Stalking Kafka. And Jess was kind enough to tag me in her original video, and I thought I better get to this while we are still in prize season. I didn't want it to get lost in the shuffle, so here we are. I will leave a link to Jess's channel and her tag video below, so please go and check those out. There are 7 prompts, and then the 8th prompt is to tag some people. So let's get started. So the first prompt is, which book prizes are you familiar with? Well, there's a lot. So I am familiar with, I think what I'll do is I'll go with the Canadian prizes first. There's the Giller Prize, the Stephen Leacock Award for Humor. There's the Governor General's Literary Awards, which I really need to follow more closely. I should start doing that. There's also the Atwood Gibson's Writers' Trust, which is for fiction. And then there's other Writers' Trust awards as well. Canada Reads, I consider that to be a book prize. And then the most recent one that I'm aware of is the Carol Shields Prize for Fiction. This is the inaugural year for this prize, and I'm really looking forward to kind of watching that and see how it evolves. I will leave a link to the video that I just did about this prize, and actually to all of these prizes in the description box below, as well as playlists for any of the prizes that I do follow. Okay, so besides these Canadian awards, I am aware of the Booker Prize, the Pulitzer Prize, the Women's Prize. I used to follow the Costa Awards, but they have now ended after 50 years. But this, always introduced me to really cool books that I had never heard of before. And the other prize that I do watch a bit is the Republic of Consciousness Prize. And I like to support them because it is for small presses, and really small presses. So that's another interesting one to watch. And of course there's also the BookTube prize right here on BookTube. I'm sure there's a lot more, but those are the ones that kind of stand out for me right now. So prompt number 2, do you follow any of the lists for book prizes? And if you do, which ones and why? So I follow a lot of these by following other people who follow these. But the ones that I follow myself the most are the Giller Prize and Canada Reads. And I'm hoping to follow the Carol Shields Prize for Fiction. And I am a judge for the BookTube Prize as well. So the why, I like to keep track of Canadian literature. So that's why I'm following the Canadian ones. And I like to follow what's going on with all of that. The BookTube Prize, because I love that it is for the BookTube community, judged by the BookTube community. And I think Robert does such an amazing job organizing this prize, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Okay, number 3. Do you make it a point to read books long or shortlisted for any of the book prizes? My bare minimum is to read the shortlist for the Giller Prize and the shortlist for Canada Reads before the winners are announced. So that's my minimum. Obviously, the books that I'm judging for the BookTube Prize, I make sure that I read all of those. So that's basically six books over 2 months. Then if I can, I will work on the long list, but I don't put a time limit on those at all. Number 4, if you have the books you've read been as good as the prize jury thought? That's a good question. Yeah, sometimes. I find a lot of gems this way, especially with Canada Reads, because you can have new releases against books that are that have been published maybe 50 years ago. It can be like reaching back into the vault of really good Can Lit. And I really feel that the long lists of the prizes are worth reading because sometimes, I will find books on the long list that I liked better than some of the shortlisted and even the winner. So prompt number 5, are there any books that you have loved that you think should have been awarded a prize? Yeah, sometimes a book I think is worthy of winning, doesn't win one particular award, but then it will win another one. So there's a few books that I'm thinking of that got longlisted but didn't get shortlisted for the Giller, that I thought would be worthy of at least being shortlisted if not winning. So like Greenwood by Michael Christie, Five Little Indians by Michelle Good, The Book of Negroes by Lawrence Hill. All 3 of those were 5-star reads for me, and they didn't win the Giller. They weren't even shortlisted, but they are still books that have received a lot of attention, a lot of recognition in other ways, and they're excellent books. Number 6, have you ever made any predictions for book prizes? Was it difficult to do, and how accurate were your predictions? I think predictions are a lot of fun. I have done prediction videos for Canada Reads, and I've also predicted shortlists and winners, and I've done the same for the Giller. And last year, I even did a hopefuls list for the long list for the Giller Prize, which was a lot of fun to do. As for it being difficult, yeah, it can be difficult, mostly in trying to figure out how the jury members are approaching what they're going to choose. So how are they choosing and what are they basing their criteria on, if anything? So sometimes I have misjudged that and made predictions that were completely off because of it, and I wouldn't have made those choices otherwise. So I have predicted the winner of Canada Reads a couple of times, and I've predicted that for the Giller as well. I'm usually right on at least, I would say, 2 of the shortlisted books, which is fine. Because like I said, for me, it's just for fun. So prompt number 7, what do you think about book prizes? Do you think book prizes are a good idea? So, yeah, I enjoy following the prizes. I think they are a good idea for a few reasons. So one, anything to promote literacy and literature and reading, I think is a good thing. It's one of the things that I love about Canada Reads. It's, it's a battle of the books, but it's something that brings attention to Canadian literature and gets the entire country reading. Number 2, I also love that the prizes often, if not always, introduce me to new books and authors that I might not otherwise know about or hear about. So I love the prizes for that. And 3, the prizes bring people together. It highlights books and stories and voices that I think might get lost otherwise. Okay, and the last prompt is to tag people. So I am going to tag a few people. I'm going to tag Peg, the book prize addict, because I'm sure she'd have something to say about this. I mean, it's in her name, in her channel name, so kind of says it all. I'm also going to tag Bob the Bookerer because Bob's channel is named after a prize. I'm going to tag Charlotte Malloy because I know that Charlotte is following the women's prize, but I'm actually not sure if she follows other prizes or not, or what she thinks about other prizes, so I'd love to hear her answers. And I think I will also tag Shelly from Shelly Swearingen's library. I haven't tagged Shelly in quite some time, so I'd love to hear Shelly's answers as well. So thanks again to Jess for creating this tag and for tagging me. I was in very good company. It's very much appreciated. Please let me know in the comments below which book prizes you are following or that you'd like to follow. Are there any that you wish more booktubers would follow and talk about? Do you read any of the short lists or the long lists? Do you have any goals like that for any of the prizes? I'd love to hear all about all of that. And a reminder to put any questions that you have for me in the description box below or on my community tab. And I will include them in my Q&A by the end of the month. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.